You guys want to know why contractors don't hate to pull plans? It's not because we don't want to pay the government. It took me about a week for me to make an account for this city. Then it took me 2 weeks before they could process the payment, which they finally gave me the bill, which is around $350 just to be able to pull a permit. But then we gotta hire someone to make plans, and then it's gonna take them about 30 days for them to review the plans, up to 30 days. And you would think we're building an ADU or we're building a fucking house or adding a room addition. All we're gonna do is remodel a kitchen, install like 3 light fixtures, move a gas line, and that's it. And then you wonder, we're gonna, in plans and permit fees, we're probably gonna be looking at spending over like $2,000 because you look, $250 just to make a business license. Every city you gotta make one. So imagine how many cities are in my county. I don't know that number, but we're thinking about 50 plus cities. If every one of those cities charges you $200, think about it. That's like minimum 10 grand every year that you got to renew. Plus, that doesn't apply the fee, which is for this job is 350 because it's just a small little kitchen remodel. So $350 plus we got to hire someone to draw these plans, which is not a lot. It's just all we're doing is remodeling the kitchen. So that person's gonna want their paycheck. So, and the worst part is, like, we wouldn't mind paying all this money if it took a week to do, but we're like gonna be 2 months in before we can even start a kitchen remodel. And then when you wonder why people hate pulling permits and why it's just annoying as hell, because by the time we pull a permit, it's gonna take half a year just to do a kitchen remodel. And it's like we're not doing a lot. And when you do, it seems like you get punished for doing everything right, and the people that do it wrong don't get punished. And sure, like you could be like, oh, and then people ask, why is it so expensive to be a licensed contractor? Number one, as soon as you start advertising, they're gonna find out, oh, you have a van outside our city. They're gonna start looking after you, trying to go after you, because they're like, hey, do you even have a license to do business in our city? So if they don't, they'll send you a letter. It has happened to me before. If a city finds out you're doing work in their city without a license, they're gonna send a fucking bill that's like, hey, you need to pay us like $500 because we saw you doing a job in our city. So all that takes, you got to start adding it to the customers, like, dude. And that's what I noticed, why I'm trying to not even work far away, because every city you gotta literally pull a bit fucking permit for that city. So like I said, in my count, in just North County right here, you got Escondido, San Marcos, Vista, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas, Del Mar, Salona Beach. All those cities, imagine if each one of those costs $200 to $500. So we're talking about almost like 10 grand just to be able to do business in those cities. And like I said, there's so many people that don't have the proper licensing that you just get fined. That's why a lot of companies are like, oh, you don't want to brand because you don't want people to find out that you're working in their city. And it just sucks, because in reality, once you try to do everything right, that's when everyone starts attacking you. And then people complain about the price. I was like, well, you could hire a handyman, but I can't hide away from the cities. They'll find who you are and they'll fucking start taxing you. Man, whatever. It's the cost of doing business, I guess. It's just annoying because none of us are making this money, but I don't know. And then they say the richer you get, you don't pay taxes. Dude, everywhere I'm paying a fee here, tag registration here, and higher insurance bill. It never fucking ends. Sometimes you're better off not even being a licensed contractor. So when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my license," I was like, dude, you're better off not having a license. Because if once you get your license, you have to start charging like a licensed contractor, because all these fees will literally attack you. And then the customer looks at you and you're like, you're robbing me. And I'm like, nope, I'm not robbing you. The city's robbing you. I'm getting robbed. So for me to stay in business, I gotta charge you accordingly. And it sounds like I'm the piece of shit that's robbing people. But like I said, for a small kitchen remodel, $350. And that doesn't account we gotta hire someone to draw plans. I mean, I could probably draw the plans, but I'll see. I don't know. I gotta figure out if I could draw plans.